Okay, we are ready to start incubating our eggs. So let's candle these. We have our first little cracks. Look at the other ones. They're like, oh look, I'm your friend. Okay, we are ready to start incubating our eggs. I've had this incubator on since yesterday, just stabilizing and everything. I've got some hatching eggs from a friend. I am just a little bit nervous about it because while the temperature is maintaining steady, it is not even. I have these little thermometer hygrometers in here, and while the motor end is just the right temperature and humidity, the far end away from the motor, the humidity is much higher and the temperature is about 15 degrees lower. So I'm not sure how well it's going to work. Hopefully it works out, but we will see. So just need to get our egg turner tray and then we can get these in here. Hang on. Take this lid off for a second so we can put this egg turner tray in here. This will turn the eggs for us so we don't have to do it manually every day. Right. Let's be careful. They have to be done the right way. These are our black silver Moran's eggs, so they'll be just like Jenny, which is a dual purpose bird, one of the breeds that we were wanting to get for our dual purposes. Right, hold on. 27 down.
Mommy, I wanted to put one in.
Right. Well, okay, if you drop these, then there's no babies, so we have to be careful, okay?
Mommy, I wanted to
You're so skinny.
Yeah.
Okay, let her put one in carefully, and you put one in carefully. I'm gonna put them on the side closer to the heater, and hopefully that will keep them more stable temperature-wise. That means it's getting cool because we took the, what do you call it, the lid off.
How long does it take to hatch?
3 weeks. All right, I'm coming. All right.
And then you can leave that on.
Yep, then we put the lid on. It'll heat itself back up there. Yes, it says that low heat, because I had the lid off. All right. So we'll let it do its thing. On day 4, the only issue really I've seen so far is this little divider here keeps popping up sometimes when it rotates, so I don't know if the eggs are just too big. I don't know. So this is the second time that that's popped up and I've had to fix that. But the temperature's holding fairly steady. If I keep the we've had to adjust it a couple times up here just to make sure, because when it comes over here it gets warmer, and then when it goes over here it gets cooler. And then just keeping water over here to make sure that the humidity levels stay. There's channels underneath there that you just use the little dropper here to make sure there's enough water in there to keep the humidity steady. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix this, and we'll just keep checking them. All right, today is day 8 of our incubation process, and we're going to candle the eggs. Couple things. Notice I have the, what do you call it, styrofoam on here now. The temperatures have been really wonky. I've been I feel like every time I walk by I have to adjust the temperature or the humidity or something, so I'm a little nervous about that. It's been better since I put this on, but we'll see. The second thing, someone can just join me. The second thing is that these are black silver Moran's eggs, so they're very dark, which means it might be really hard to see through them. We'll see. I have heard that sometimes you can't see anything on day 7 or 8, but by day 14 you're at least able to tell if there's a chick moving in there. So we'll try it and see what happens. My first egg. This one's the lightest colored one we have, so let's see if we can. It's not the best flashlight for doing this. It looks pretty clear, but like I said, with these dark eggs, they say it might be hard to see. That looked pretty open to me though. I'm going to rotate these around, so these ones have been on the warm end. That one looks darker. That one has a definite dark spot. I think that one's got a dark spot too. Does that look dark to you? Mm-hmm. But that one just like dark all through it. That must be a really dark shell on that one. Yeah, that's a really, really dark one. Think there's a dark spot? Mm-hmm. That one's hard to tell. It's really dark.
I don't really see anything on that.
That one, I think you got a nice dark spot. Okay, so hopefully most of these are good. That first one definitely, I think, looked open, but I guess we'll find out. I went ahead and rotated these because one side of the incubator that's closer to the heating element seems to be warmer, so I'm trying to like rotate them every time we candle them, which this is the first time so far. However, this was in this far one, and now it won't fit there. And that's kind of the one I was using to gauge the temperature, because this is the side that's by the heater. So I don't know where to put it. In the middle? One of these will just have to stay in the spot it was in. Oh! Make sure they have room to move and rotate. Okay. Alright, we are 15 days in, so let's candle these one more time. Just to make sure we don't have any duds that might explode. We're also going to rotate which direction they are again. And hopefully, I'll get a better grip in here. Hopefully we'll be able to see some movement in there. Definitely it's very dark, huh? Mm-hmm. That looks really dark too. Yeah, I can see nothing.
Nothing. Just solid.
It's so dark. I'm like a day late doing this, so. It's a really dark shell again, but you can kind of see. These are very much darker than they were last time, which is good because it means they're developing. But it's hard to find an empty spot to see movement. It's just all dark.
Straight dark.
Ooh, look at that one. You can like see the blood vessels on it.
Indeed.
At least hopefully those are blood vessels and not a
crack
blood ring. Oh, no, please moving. Well, sometimes if they start developing and then stop, you'll get, I think it's called a blood ring, where you just have one ring across the middle. That one's definitely moving in there, though. Oh, yeah. That's so cool. That's a good one. It's crazy to think that these eggs that you normally crack for your breakfast are...
That one's light.
Yeah, this is one that was light last time when we thought it might be open.
I don't think that one's got anything.
Nope. That was a cool one. See, that had an X on it. It was a cool one, though. Nice and speckly.
Very speckly. But
yeah, this was the latest one. It looked cool, but it's a dud. I think there was two we were wondering about last time.
X on, yeah.
There's
it's
another
definitely
vein.
darker, though.
And yeah. Yeah, it's moving too. That's so neat. I hope you can see that on the camera. He's definitely moving in there.
That's cool.
So just a few more days and we'll be ready for lockdown, which means we'll take out the turner, so they'll just be sitting in there, not being rotated anymore. And we'll increase the humidity just for the last couple of days to make sure that they don't get what's called shrink wrapped, where the membrane dries out around them and they're unable to hatch. So, looks like, what is that, 7 out of 8? Not bad. Hey guys, so I went back and recalculated, and my dates were off just slightly. Today is actually the day that I need to put this incubator in lockdown, which is, I don't know, it's kind of fitting. Tomorrow is Easter, so just the fact that we're doing the final preparation to get these eggs ready for new life to burst forth, the timing seems fitting as we go into Easter celebrating the resurrection and Jesus coming forth from the grave. So I thought the timing was just perfect. So anyways, I'm gonna get this ready for what's called lockdown. I need to remove the egg turner so they won't be turning anymore, and then I just need to make sure that the humidity levels stay up for the next 3 days, which that is one thing about this incubator that's been kind of tricky, because there's no way to add humidity from the outside. You have to open the lid, and once the water runs out, the humidity disappears really fast, and especially with it's hard to tell until it's gone, and then so I'm gonna have to keep a really close eye on this for the next several days. So I'm gonna take the turner out, add some water, and then we're on the countdown, about 3 days to go. First little cracks on that one there, and that one back there. They're starting to pip. Alright guys, well, the eggs are starting to pip, which means that we're gonna have chickies soon, so I need to hurry up and get this brooder box ready for them. I meant to do it yesterday, but it didn't happen. Anyways, so for the first little while they're still super tiny, I'm just gonna go ahead and use this tub. We'll get some shavings in it. Now I've got my little food thingy and my water thingy and some jars for them. I'm also gonna start fermenting some chick food for them. They actually don't need to eat for the first 24 hours. They're still like living off of the yolk. So yeah. And then of course I also have a heat lamp in here. Right now we just have old school clip lamps, which I don't love the clips. They are not as secure as I would really like. So if any of you guys watching have ever used like a brooder plate, please let me know in the comments what kind you used and if you liked it or not, because I am very curious about them. But let's go ahead and get this ready, because we're gonna have chickies soon. He tipped over. So close.
He's pushing. He's so close.
Yep, he's almost there. Already breathing. Such hard work. Almost. He's almost out. Oh, there he goes. Oh, he got out. Yay, he's out.
Can I see the video?
Okay, so we've got our chickies here. We currently have 4. One more hatched out this morning, 2 yesterday, and 1 the day before. So the 3 older ones are all nice and fluffed up. The new one's obviously a little bit wet still. But we are going to, we're going to try and get those fluffy ones out of here and into the brooder. Reason being, usually you don't want to open it until they're all hatched, or at least none are pipped. But this egg right here has actually been trying to hatch since yesterday. It was pipped when I woke up yesterday morning, and very slow going all day. I thought it was going to hatch in the night, didn't. I actually got up in the middle of the night, I think 2 o'clock, just to double check the humidity, make sure it was still moist enough in there, and it was. But it was like just on the verge. So I went ahead and added some extra moisture, some extra water in there just to make sure it stayed wet enough until morning. It didn't. I don't know why. I don't know what changed, but the humidity dropped this morning a lot. And the membrane on that one that's been trying since yesterday is looking a little yellow, which tells me it might have dried out, which means he won't be able to break through. I'm not sure he's still alive anymore. He's not really moving right now. So I don't know, he may have expired, but I'm gonna get these other chicks out and then try to see if I can't just help it along just enough to where he can push himself the rest of the way, maybe, because I know usually, please don't put it back, if you help them out, they don't do as well. They really need that process of working through the hatching to make them thrive. Really, it's a lot of work, but it's very important for them. So you really don't want to help unless you absolutely have to, and I think he's at a point where we have to. So we're gonna go ahead and get these guys out into the brooder and then see if he's still alive as fast as I can. Ready? Here we go. 1,
Dark
2,
chocolate. Mommy, I pet one. I pet one.
3.
No, not dark chocolate. This is dark chocolate.
Didn't drop the humidity too much, and I just out of that water, so she bring it right back up.
Here's dark chocolate. Oh, I'm holding one.
You looking at him?
Hi, little blackberries.
How about we bring him over to the living room, okay?
This mushroom too. A little one.
Remember not to drop them. Oh, they're so tiny.
Yeah, they're so tiny.
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
They're kind of cold because they're used to being in the warm. So we put them in the brooder then?
Yes.
Right. Hold them carefully so they don't drop. Not too tight, not too loose. Now hold on to it real quick and I'll get it.
We pet them. Oh,
Yeah, as long as you're gentle. They're like, where are we? What is this place? Okay, now let's see about this egg here. I don't think these are those I picked, so the humidity is good, so we're just gonna go ahead and grab that real quick. So he got really pretty far, but I don't know if you can see how the membrane looks kind of yellow instead of white. It looks like it's dried up and kind of started to harden, so it'll be harder for him to break out. Yeah, it's definitely dry.
Is it this one?
I think he's already died.
And this one's
I don't even know what happened, why the humidity dropped so suddenly like that. 'Cause like I said, I added extra water in the middle of the night so that it wouldn't dry out. And then this morning it had dropped another 20% from before I added the water. He zips this very close to the top, so then I don't know if he would have been able to break out of there anyway. Poor little chickie. Make it so far, only to die while hatching. And we've got two eggs left in here that still need to hatch.
I don't know.
So hopefully they'll do well, and then we'll have 6 out of 7, 8 to start with. That's not too bad. I don't think they had pipped yet. I think it's like because there's different heat zones in the incubator, it wasn't even. I think that's why they're hatching so staggered. Because the warmer ones developed faster and hatched first, and then the cooler ones, which is why we rotated it every time we candled, but still.
I don't think it's in here. Hey, there was a bottle.
So it looks like we ended up with 4 chicks from this batch, which is about a 50% hatch rate. It's not great. I would have liked it to be higher, but what can you do? We had one that was not fertilized. There was no development in it at all. And then we had one that started to hatch but didn't make it out of the egg. And then 2 of them just never hatched. So, but we do have these 4, and hopefully our mama chick outside will hatch a few more for us. I'm not sure what gender these guys are yet. Wait till they're a little bit older and figure that out, but they are very cute. So this is the start of our new Moran's flock. Thanks for joining us on this fun little adventure. There were some things that I did and didn't like about that incubator, and now I'm actually questioning if I would like to get a different one before we hatch anything else. Just one that maybe will keep better, more even temperatures and be able to add water for humidity from the outside instead of having to open it all the time. I don't know. Still thinking that over, but for now we have our 4 little chickies, and I hope you will continue to join along for the rest of our journey. Like I said, we've got lots more fun things in store for this year, a lot of big plans, so I hope you'll join along with us, and until next week, God bless.